But then I came back to this thing that, well, how was I able to have thought? I was consciously aware. And my experience was that when I went over to the other side, it was like dropping a pebble in a pond and the ripples going out and out and out. I was the ripples. There was no separation between me and the ripples. And I was going out in all directions, going out infinitely. And I thought, this is dying. This is what dying's like. I started to bargain and I started to express, I want to stay. And one of the most curious things was that I felt like myself. It wasn't that I didn't have any physical pain. There wasn't emotions like I experienced just before I passed over. It was like this sense of being a conscious being and that I was unique, that I was this consciousness that just existed and was ever expanding. And I expressed, I want to stay. And then I started to say the people that I wanted to stay for. I want to stay for the children. I want to stay for my partner. And it didn't matter. I was still just going out like these ripples, just going out and out and out in all directions. And then something shifted. I felt this warmth come over me. And it was like it came from a different place. And now I can see that up until that point, I had been living the life of a martyr. And in that, I was sacrificing myself time and time and time again to ensure others were happy, and that I wasn't actually living from my heart. I thought I was living from my heart, but I wasn't valuing my heart. I was valuing everybody else's above mine. And that is how I got to the state that I was in before I had the back surgery. I didn't take time off work. I just kept going and going. And even though the relationship I was in was very fragmented and some people would describe toxic, and we were both doing our best in that relationship, but I wasn't listening to my inner guidance saying it's time to leave. And I just kept going and going and going and not listening to my inner guidance. And so I got to this point in this near-death experience where I'm the ripples and I'm moving out, and I said, I want to stay for the work that I do and walk the planet from my heart. And as I said that, I had like this download of images that wasn't very detailed, but there was just like this series of images that went about what it was meant to live from my heart. And it wasn't like a roadmap. It was just like these small little details. And I instantly opened my eyes. I was back in the room.